Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Dave, and you're watching.
We're Glass Animals, I
Oh,
think we're
yeah.
supposed to say
Yeah,
probably
shit.
at some
I
point.
don't know that.
That's who we are, and you're watching the AU review.
Welcome back. It has been a minute. I feel like the last time we saw each other, we were in Berlin.
Oh yeah, Lollapalooza.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun.
You were telling me how to break into an abandoned theme park.
Did you do it?
Didn't get to that time around.
Oh.
But funnily enough, that's where they're holding the festival this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They've,
Spray
Yeah.
park. That's nuts.
so that's going to be pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. They've like hyped up the security now, so you can't break in anymore.
I reckon we could.
It's your fault.
Sorry.
I reckon we could do it.
Should we do it anyway?
Yeah.
Cool.
Always.
Well, since that
Come with us.
show was, that was probably obviously the biggest crowd I've seen you guys play to, and that seemed like the music was really resonating super well with the European crowds. So since then, things have just been getting bigger and bigger. How have the last few months been for you guys? You've been on the road constantly.
Last few months.
We've done no playing.
yeah. But like these Australian shows are some of our first in ages.
Yeah.
So we've been locked away, not seeing humans making music.
So how are you
Making
reintegrating
artwork.
back into...
Desperately trying to remember how to play music and
Yeah.
perform at the moment. But it's getting there slowly, I think. But it's really fun to be back on the road,
Yeah.
seeing
Nice.
other human beings and
Yeah, it's really nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see you.
It's nice
really
to see you
nice.
guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, the new music that's coming out, it sounds like it's a massive step forward for the band. From what we heard on the debut album to the new single now, how's the anticipation going? How are you guys getting excited for it?
Excited. I'm excited.
Are you?
Yeah.
You look so
You're just hating it?
excited.
I'm just worried about how to play it live. There's a lot going on. We tend not to think about the live thing at all when we're making the music. So then we get to the rehearsal space and we're like, shit, we've got a lot of work to do.
We don't have very much time
Yeah.
to do it.
How did it feel in studio? Like, did you feel like the music you were writing was getting bigger when you were in studio, or was it something that maybe came off the record after songs are being completed?
It happened quite naturally, I think. But at the same time, I think we were making that first record. We were pretty shy. Like, we'd never made a record before. We'd never been in a band before. We had no clue what we were doing. Basically.
We still don't
We
really.
still don't.
But we definitely didn't.
But we're like, we have a chance to make a second record now. That's great. Let's just properly go bolder. So if the drums were kind of big in one track, we just push them up even more. And if the synth sounds were big in one track, we just try to make them as big as possible. Just kind of really tried to push everything further this time. Arrangements are like kind of crazy and all, like they're big, just whoosh, and then the song just like flips around, and there's weird stuff happening on this record that we were a bit too shy to do last time, I think.
You're stepping out there. That's cool.
Yeah, just being a bit more adventurous.
Yeah, we had more fun, I think.
Yeah.
We were less scared of getting stuff wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like it was quite a natural progression. It felt quite natural. It didn't feel like we didn't sort of set out to radically change anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of happened. I remember listening back to it actually when we'd finished it. As when we were leaving the studio, it wasn't mixed. We listened through to the whole thing with some other people who came into the studio, and that always makes you listen to music differently when there's someone else in the room. And I remember feeling quite kind of exhausted. By the end of it, it's quite intense. It's quite an intense experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, quite different, I
For
think,
sure.
from the last one.
For sure. And everything we've kind of heard off the back of Life Itself and in the lead up to this record, it's, there's that indication that being on the road as constantly as you were off the back of the debut album really did influence, songwriting. It influenced just the way that the band was developing, just because, you're going to so many different new cities, you're surrounded by so many different new people. Tell me a little bit about recording conversations that we've read so much about.
It did a lot of that. It did a lot.
How subtle were you able to do that? How subtly were you able
Not
to do
that
that?
subtle. Sometimes people caught me. They were like, "Are you recording me?" And I'd say, "No." and they say turn it off, but you just pretend. So there's, can't really be that subtle.
No.
No.
But were there any kind of overarching, I suppose, realizations that were coming through when you were listening back through voice recordings, kind of forming ideas for songs, even though there were obviously vastly different conversations you were having with people? Were there any kind of overarching themes or vibes that were coming through?
Absolutely, yeah. That was something I tried to write about and include in the record, because I guess we recorded all of these people and had all of these stories, and then that inspired like writing new characters, just making new characters basically, and some quite autobiographical, and what I tried to include was the way that people told me stories, not necessarily the content of what they told me, but you start to realize that there are these similarities between all of these really different people.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to kind of include that in all of the news stories.
Sure.
Keep the same things that hold all of these people together.
Definitely.
This new batch of made up people.
Yeah. And I mean, we were just looking at the track listing last night, and already like the song titles are like they read like cool little chapters in a book. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, wicked.
I wrote something
Actually,
down.
you'll see inside the vinyl it says table of contents at the top.
Right, I like that.
It's kind of,
Were there any particular songs that still stick out for you guys as favourites to either be playing or, you know, lyrically?
he hates them all.
I don't know. I like all of them for different reasons. I think it's quite hard to choose a favourite. I mean, some of them are definitely more fun to make than others, and I think some of them will probably be more fun to play than others. But some of them make me feel things that I don't know. Some of them make me really sad, and I like them for that reason. But I don't know. There's one that makes me really, really sad, but I don't know whether that makes me love it more than others. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a difficult question. It's like choosing your favourite child. I think you like them all for different reasons.
Fair enough. What about yourself?
What about me? I have a favourite.
Yeah.
I won't tell anyone why, but the last song on the record was my favourite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. People will be able to go on that little journey for themselves and be like, why does he like this so much?
Yeah.
Interesting. I like that.
It's my favourite.
And another thing I was looking up last night was just how well the debut record has done over here since it's come out. I mean, since we first met, I mean, you guys have become Triple J favourites. You've been played, you know, Spotify statistics are through the roof, as boring as numbers can be. But I found out...
Loves numbers.
I do actually. I'm a math nerd.
Okay, well I vibe on that.
No, you don't.
I do.
Do
I
you?
sucked
Okay,
at maths,
cool.
so I can appreciate
Oh,
everyone
really?
else who was good at
If
it.
you need some tutoring, we can help.
That could be some extra money on the side from the band. You could go into tutoring.
Yeah, so that is what got us through the first year, really. Maths tutoring, yeah.
Definitely didn't get.
But the big thing I noticed when I was doing some reading into it was the fact that it went gold over here. The record GUI went gold over here, and that was the first time that had happened in one of the major territories, which is awesome. But I wanted to just ask, I mean, for a band starting out, to even comprehend how big a song or an album could go, say in Australia, which is so far away from home, that's going to be such a trip. Like, how does that feel to know that your music is reaching so many different markets and so many different people?
It's fucking weird. It's mad. Yeah, I don't know. We just made it in a bedroom for fun. But I mean, the main thing is that it's allowed us to do. We have a lot of ideas, I guess, for this live show, especially, and for the record. It allowed us to make another record, which is amazing. So it just allowed us to keep doing things, and keep hanging out together, being friends. Yeah, it's great. It's really cool. I mean, it's totally unexpected and sort of heartwarming in a way, but
It's very weird. I try not to think about those things too much.
Yeah.
As long as we get to keep traveling around and making music, then I think that's the goal. I was saying to Dave yesterday, actually, like I think we should try and my aim is to kind of keep fooling people, like see how long we can keep fooling people into thinking this is a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep bashing through and see how long we can get away with it.
We'll be.
But yeah, if you keep buying singles in Australia, it will definitely help. So thanks for that.
Well, we hope to either see you in some other random country, like we've been continuing to do recently,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
see you over here for a longer amount of time. Possibly when it's a bit warmer. Have to
Yeah,
have
that
you
would
back
be
here
nice.
for
Yeah,
summer.
what's up with this?
That would be really cool.
Oh, there's a cactus over there.
Wow, there's loads.
I only just noticed that.
Sorry, that was
Now
a
we're looking
tangent to the
succulents, rooftop succulents
yeah,
on the roof.
Butterfly.
shiny.
Well, thank you so much for the catch up, guys. We really enjoyed it.
Oh, thanks for having us.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.